Hi. So I'm going to share with you how this income expense tracker works. So the first thing that you should do is input all your income and expenses here. Banks, credit card. Of course, these are just categories, not necessarily the values. And then go to the bank status. For the bank status, you just have to input the initial values of your bank account. So your initial balances. For example, in ING, we have 50,000 pesos. It will automatically update the other fields. And then SIM, for example, 40,000 pesos. Okay, as you can see, you just have to input the values under the initial. Same goes with credit cards. But here, you have to input negative values for this to work. Okay. Now, the next is the income. So, for example, you've received your salary January 15th, 50,000 pesos. Uh, and it's paid to Security Bank. Security Bank. So, basically, this will go to Security Bank uh, balance here automatically. So, how this works, or let me just quickly show you. For example, we added freelance copywriting to, let's say, SIMB account. So, okay. For example, another 200,000 pesos. Then description, anything, copywriting, uh, emails. Then, as you can see, the 200,000 hasn't been added under SIMB, but if we input January 19, 21st, for example, the system automatically detects that it's a January, then your bank status would update from 40,000 to 240,000 pesos automatically because you inputted SIMB here. So if you input AUB or BDO or something, it will actually from 40,000 pesos from to BDO 200,000. So why 200,000 from 100,000? Because there is a bank transfer here of 100,000, which I will explain later. So I'm just going to delete this real quick. Uh, so from 100, it became 300,000 because of the 200,000 addition here. Now, let's see about the expenses. So same thing, but it will subtract instead of add. Okay, so for example, I chose car maintenance, 10,000 pesos, change oil, for example, plus change oil, etc. January, don't forget the month or the date, sorry. Then I used my BDO. So before it's to 300,000, and if we use BDO again, it will become 290,000. So it's going to be updated real time or as you input them. Okay. So the key here is you should update them as you make the transaction or as soon as you go home from wherever you are. Okay. Now, um, let me explain the bank transfer. Okay. So bank transfer is for um things like you need to pay something using BDO. Then BDO doesn't have any balances. For example, okay, so you will get from another bank to another bank. You will transfer. So um, for you to conveniently monitor where your cash goes, I've made this sheet and it will automatically update the bank status. But let's use that's the example between banks, so bank to bank. But for example, let's try to pay this credit card. Notice that um, the January initial is 1,003,000 pesos. Okay, so let's try to pay Citibank 9,000 pesos. So I will use, for example, BDO because I will have a lot of money there. That's just an example. Um, you don't I didn't really input my actual balances. Actually, I made a longer video and I am creating this shorter one. So let's proceed. I did it last January 31st. From BDO, I will pay my Citibank. That's 9,000 pesos, right? 9,000 pesos. So the bank status would be from Citibank. From Citibank, it became 9,000 pesos. It became 9,000 pesos. Oops, sorry. It's actually BDO credit card. I used BDO credit. But let's see. Sorry about that. BDO, not BDO credit. Okay. So income, bank status. You will see that I've paid my Citibank here 9,000 pesos. It became zero. Sorry, I had to pause the recording, but let's go back to the bank status. So basically, as you can see here, the total is actually changing real time. So the total is basically the sum. Oops, sorry, this is wrong. Uh, 21. Sorry about that. Okay, so 21. Okay, I saw that. Okay, so 961,000 pesos. So let's do another example of bank transfer. So let's try to pay, let's try to pay the East West Bank. So from BDO again, East West, East West. So let's just see the current balance of BDO. So it's actually 281,000. Uh, please try to remember that. And 961,000 here. Now, if I transfer from BDO to East West, or if I pay that off 7,000 pesos balance, so it will become zero here. It will become zero here. The value of my BDO balance was reduced, but the total remained the same. So the reason why that is the case is because you're just adding and subtracting from one bank account to another. So the total doesn't really change. So that's the beauty of this tool, because you don't really have to check every single bank account every time you want to check them. You will be able to accurately say or see the actual status of your banks um, if you just open and update this every time you have a transaction. Okay. But it's still a good idea to check the actual bank account from time to time to see if what the value here is, if it's equal with your current balance. So you will be able to monitor if um, someone already stole some of your money. Uh, so yeah, basically you will be able to monitor your bank account. So that's it for income, expenses, and bank transfers. Now for the this monthly YTD, basically the only uh, use of this one is the summary of everything that's in income and expenses, monthly income, monthly expenses. But here's the thing, you can also monitor your actual savings here. So if your savings is declining month after month, you have to check your expenses. You have to check the way you spend. Uh, and you can also see where your money is going. So is it going to groceries, to eat out, to car maintenance? Um, so yeah, basically you will be able to see the weight or the percentage. Am I spending too much on groceries? Am I spending too much on eat out? etc. So the weight is basically um, the percentage of your expenses versus its total. Okay, so the budget and the target, let me explain quickly, but basically they are your target income for you to be able to monitor if you're hitting your targets, your monthly targets. Now, if, for example, your chocolate business has a 5,000 peso target and you just earn 3,333 pesos, you will be able to know how much the difference is or how much the deficit is. Now, um, now uh, here, actually you don't have to input anything, but it's a good idea that you do. Now, the budget is basically almost the same concept with target, but you have to make sure that you're not exceeding your budget month after month, or else you will go negative. Now, if you look at here, uh, at the end of the table, you will see the year-to-date status. So you'll be able to see how you're doing currently. Okay, so if there's already data in February, March, etc., you will be able to see the summary in this table. But if you're the type of person um, who doesn't want to see too much numbers, I've also prepared visual representations for you. So basically, this is the bank status chart. For example, this is the Security Bank BDO from 100,000 to 274,000 from initial to January, and it will go until December. Okay, it will go until December. Now, there's no data for February until December because there's no values here. What you just need to do is to and drag this until December, and there will be data. But the data is straight because you don't have transactions in February until December. So I opted to remove them at first. So I won't have sorry, I won't have to mess up my data. I will just see uh what I have right now. Okay, so initial and January. Now, for the monthly summary, I will be able to see easily my income versus my savings and expenses. So, is my expenses almost equal my income? So that's an alarming uh, condition or situation. So I have to adjust. I have to do introspect, or I have to audit my finances. Now, if my savings is significant or not basically still higher than my expenses, and then that's good, I'm doing better, or I'm doing good, I'm doing great. So income is blue, expenses red, savings yellow. Every time that you input your income and expenses in under the other months, this these charts will automatically update. Now, let's go to income, expenses year to date. So income year to date, where's your money coming from? Freelance copywriting, salary, chocolate business. So you can use this to audit again where your money is coming from. Sorry, I just repeated that one. But basically, if that particular gig or side hustle doesn't give you enough results or doesn't give you significant results, you might want to um, do some checking or do some reflection. Is it still worth doing this? So basically, that's it. You will be able to see the the pie or the percentage. Now, that's it with that's also the same with expenses. Am I too spending too much on grocery? Uh Am I spending too much on eat out, etc.? But since this is a percentage, you will just be able to know where your money is going to, what you're spending on. Okay, this is just a reference. It doesn't really give you if you're spending too much. If you're spending too much, you will see it here versus your income. Okay, you will see it here. But where your money goes, where the large chunk of your expenses goes, you will be able to see here. Now, income versus target. You already know this. Um, this is the income versus the target. So the target is the line, red line, and then I will be able to see if I exceeded or hit my target, or if I didn't hit it. That's the same with expenses, actual versus budget. But the thing is, I have to remain under the budget. So that means I'm not overspending. So I will be able to see if I'm spending too much on things. Okay, basically that's it for this tool. I'm also going to upload the complete tutorial. I'm going to give you the link, but yeah, that's it. Thank you and enjoy using this tool. Bye.